Yo, what's up guys? My name is Chronic Flood. I'm one of the newest recruits to Chronic, and you might have seen me in the week 3 pickups video a while back on the Chronic channel. So with that out of the way, let's get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys why editing in Fortnite is important, how to practice it, and how to use it in different situations in game. So before we get into anything, I would just like to note that I am on PC and I do play on a keyboard and mouse, as you can see in the bottom right. You might be able to hear my keys clicking. So all that means is that a lot of this video is just going to be from a PC player's perspective. Now that doesn't mean that these tricks can't be used on console or anything like that. But with that being said, I'm going to be showing you guys what to do when it comes to your keybinds in editing. So by default, the default editing bind is G. Now that's not a bad editing bind, but I would recommend changing to something more comfortable. So I have my edit bind on F. You can put it on anything on the mouse. You can put it to, anything, just anything that's comfortable and it's not being taken by another slot and you can access easily. So for me, if I were to have G, I would have to stretch my hand over further, and since I have it on F, it just makes it a lot easier to select everything. Now for controller, I'm pretty sure it would work the same way. You would just want to pick something that's comfortable to you and easy to access. Now one thing I would like to note is that if you are on controller, you're going to want to go into your game settings and scroll down to edit mode aim assist. You're going to want to make sure to have this off. This only applies to controller players, because when you go to select and edit, what will automatically happen is your cursor will go towards the middle of the edit, and it can make it just inconsistent when switching between tiles. Alright, now with all that out of the way, we're going to be getting started into the most basic editing, which is the wall edits. You're going to want to learn these and get these mastered down. These are one of the most useful edits in the game. So the first edit that I want to be showing you guys is the window edit. So there's 3 different types of window edits. Well, actually there's 4. So the first one is the most basic. It's just the middle tile. It creates the biggest kind of window, easy peaks. And then there's 2 different other kinds, which are these kinds, which can be applied to both sides. It's just this tile right here, or this tile. Or you can select both of them and you can edit both of the windows at the same time. Now this allows you to be in cover while you shoot rather than completely being exposed and shooting at someone like this. This is a really easy edit. And one thing I would like to point out is that if you are going to take shots on somebody, you're going to make sure you're going to want to edit this right wall or edit the middle wall and peek to the right. Now the reason for this is that if you edit the left wall, it's just a lot better if you peek from the right side, because as you can tell, your character in Fortnite is on the left side of your screen. Now this makes it so that your body is way less exposed and you're allowed to take shots with way less of your body being exposed, rather than having to move more of your body into the window to be able to take a shot. And you're also going to want to make sure that if you are turtled, you're going to want to make sure that every wall is yours, because if a wall is not yours, you are not going to be able to edit it, and the enemy will have the advantage and will be able to edit on you. So definitely make sure that if a wall isn't yours, just break it and replace it. And some other type of wall edits are pretty common. So if you're turtled and the storm's coming or something, or you just want to get through a wall, you can edit this. You can edit just the 3 tiles on the bottom right or the bottom left, and you can just run through it really easily like that. This works on every side. The reason you do not want to edit a door is that it takes a while to get through, as you can tell, and you leave yourself really exposed to enemies knowing that where you're going to come out from. So if somebody has a shot on you right here, they're going to know that you're coming out here because of the door. Now if there's somebody around you and you edit a door, it's going to be very loud and you're going to have your position exposed, rather than if you edit an arch or a triangle. The door is very loud and leaves yourself exposed, which is why I do not recommend using it to use a triangle or an arch. So I'm going to be showing you guys now how different ways to get inside of a turtle if an enemy's turtled up and you want to play aggressive on them. So one way is that if the enemy is turtled like this, you can just try to break their wall and replace it with their own. Now this works a lot of the time, but if they are a good player and they are turtled in the wall, one way to try to get in again is to jump up and try to replace their pyramid. And then once you have their pyramid, break through the floor, and then you can just edit in, pump them, re-edit. Okay, so one thing that is still useful but isn't going to be used a lot in game is editing down from a 1x1. So if you're up in a 1x1 and you don't have enough mats to get down or anything like that, or you're too high to be able to do this, get down. One way to get down from the 1x1 is editing down. So you're going to want to practice this. There are many different courses which I'll get into later that can help you edit down faster. But basically, this is all muscle memory and just knowing how to edit down fast. So that was pretty fast, and I'm going to do it slower now for you to be able to see what goes on when doing this. So all this really is just editing your stair. You're gonna want to. It doesn't really matter how you edit it. It just matters that when you edit it, you fall down and you're not hit by the ramp at all. So what I do is I usually just select it and select these pieces on the far side. Press F to confirm your edit. Press F to select the floor, and then you just keep doing this over and over again. Now it doesn't really matter if you do 2 pieces or not. You can do 1 piece as well, and I'm going to show that. So 1 piece, all this is doing the same with the ramp, but instead of editing 2 pieces and staying in the middle, you move over to one side and just select 1 piece. It doesn't really matter how you edit down. They're all generally around the same speed. It just matters that you are used to it and you can do it fast in any situation, because this can turn out to be very useful in some situations. So definitely make sure to try to get that down. So now I'm going to be showing you a bunch of different ramp edits that you can use. So if you're in a 1x1 and you're up with your ramp like this, say there's an enemy behind you, rather than just going up 1 more and having your ramp face like this and wasting a bunch of mats, one way you can do it is by editing your ramp and facing it towards them. So all this really is just selecting your ramp and then selecting these smaller pieces and then dragging them towards the direction which you want them to go. And it doesn't really matter where you drag it to, it just matters that you drag it to that side. So as you can tell, you can drag it from here and go to here, and it'll still work. Or you can even just drag from here to here, and it'll still work. Okay, so one thing that you might see being used a lot in professional scrims and other things like that is a player in a 1x1 using a cone to their advantage to peek. So how all this really is staying in a 1x1 and putting a cone above your head. And what this allows you to do is you just stay completely in cover, and if you edit this, you can see all around. Now, if it's kind of hard to see from here, what you can do is break your ramp, put a pyramid, and select 2 opposite pieces like this. Now you're going to want to get into a corner, jump, and edit it. So now, when you edit this, and you select all these pieces, you can completely see all around you, and you're completely in cover to an enemy. So all this is going to look like to an enemy is this, and they're going to have no sight on you, and they're not going to have shots on you. This can be really useful for scouting out information, or just looking around, see if you can get tags on people. Alright, so one situation is, say you're in a 1x1 below somebody, and you need to get up, or you want to get up to get the high ground, but you don't want to have yourself exposed, and you don't want shots being taken at you. One way that you can get up and completely have yourself unexposed is by editing your floor. Since it's a pyramid, it works differently than a floor or other building pieces. You can actually build through the pyramid. So as you can see, I completely just built through the pyramid, and I didn't even jump out or go through it. So you're going to want to build walls around your pyramid. Edit the pyramid like this, as if it's a ramp. Put a pyramid above this, and then reset your pyramid. And you can just repeat this process going up, and you completely leave yourself unexposed to the enemy. So as you can see, you're now at the enemy's level, and he's not been able to take a shot at you at all. Alright, so now that you guys know the basics of editing and when to use different editing techniques in different situations, I'm going to be showing you guys how to practice your editing. So you're going to want to go to the bottom right and select creative. You're going to want to load up a world by yourself, so you guys would have in the world. Alright, so now that you're in a creative world, you're going to want to go over to one of these, portals, and you're going to want to hold E on it. Now there's a bunch of different editing courses you can do, but one of the ones I like to do is Chronic Tez's normal course. Here's the code. You can go ahead and pause the screen right now if you want to look in it. Alright, so now that the island is loaded, you're going to want to run to the portal and load up the island. So you can just press E to start a game. and it'll load it up. Okay, so now we're in the world. You can just start by, going wherever the edit course has you go, and you just kind of follow through. And these are also really good for warming up as well, as it gets your fingers warm, ready to play. But it is just really good for practicing your editing and warming up. Now, a lot of different courses have different parts that help you practice other parts of editing. And a lot of them are just for speedrun, but this one I like the most because it's not for speed, it's not for anything like that. It's just for warming up and practicing your edits, which is why I like it the most. Alright, with all that being said, I just wanted to say thank you for watching the video. That was the basics of editing and how to practice it, stuff like that. If you have any questions, just message me on Twitter. My Twitter is @ChronicFlood. Make sure to drop a like on the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe to the Chronic channel for more content like this. And that was it. Peace out.